Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Subscription is free, so it's please subscribe. Please get some of your friends and relatives to subscribe. And far more importantly, if you can watch my video, understand the concept, please translate it for people who don't know English or who are not comfortable with English. You know, if you want to translate it, do it yourself. I'm perfectly happy if people are doing that. Spreading is more important. I don't make money making these videos. I just have fun doing it. Sometimes I keep wondering why am I doing it, and then somebody will come and say, "Sir, I watch your videos. I've started investing 10 years ago, etc., etc." That's a big ego boost. Not really. And one regulator told me you are doing more for financial education than what we are doing. So that's again a pat in the back. But yeah. So I met this financial advisor. Then I realized that many financial advisors are also watching me. He's saying young people, let's say 25 or below, who have just taken up a job, are not saving enough money for their own retirement. How do we tackle this? So I asked him, did you start investing at 24 or 23 for retirement? I'm not saying, yes, many people save. Indian households are that people have been told, oh, money doesn't grow on trees and stuff like that. So yeah, so saving is a habit for most of the middle class. So something they will save, but to ask a 23-year-old to save for retirement is very, very difficult. And there are many excuses which they have, and which is fair enough. We all gave those excuses when we were 24, right? So I remember many people who give all these excuses. So I've enumerated some of these excuses and what you can do. So first thing which people tell is I don't have money to save right now, and I don't blame them. If you have come from non-metro to a metro, especially a cruel metro like Mumbai, rents are astronomically high, salaries are not that high, and the jobs unfortunately are in Mumbai. The same Mumbai job, if you got it in Coimbatore or even Pune, or even some parts of Bangalore, you'd be much better off than staying in some of the expensive parts of Mumbai. But you would have to stay somewhere in the expensive parts of Mumbai to have your office, if your office is located in Lower Parel or BKC, because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of time in commute and in the taxi fare, because many of you who have come from outside Mumbai can't even imagine how tough it is to travel by local train. So you don't. So all this put together means you don't really have much money for investing, which is completely agreeable. Second, more important thing is, when you are dealing with young people, don't talk about the word retirement. Of course, I called this book Retire Rich, and it is aimed at the 22-year-old, but I think calling it financial independence is much better, because every 22-year-old is aspiring that I want to retire at 35. I don't want to work till I'm 60. At 35, he or she may have other priorities. But right now, the aim is to retire at 39 or 40 or something like that. Maybe it's more realistic to expect to retire in your 50s. But people have such things. So if you say by making this investment, you will be financially free, that is a much better pitch than saying, oh, you can retire at. Don't use the word retirement, because it's not something which people like. Another feeling which most people at that age have, suppose you're 24 years of age and your father is 51 years of age, right? So then the problem is, your father is not talking about his retirement at home loudly. Maybe he's made arrangements, maybe he has not made arrangements, whatever it is, but he's not talking. So to get a kid to talk about retirement in a house where the father is not talking about retirement is very difficult. So any 24-year-old is going to say, but retirement is too far away. It's too early to worry about it now, right? 25 retirement can look far away. 24 retirement can look far away, leading to prioritize other things, and especially if he's not from a rich background. He wants to buy his motorcycle, he wants to buy new shirts, he wants to buy shoes, right? So if he's not had a very great childhood in terms of things that he wanted, he's going to first, or she's going to first spend money on all those things. It'll take 2-3 months of spending orgies, and then they'll start investing. Don't push too hard, right? many of the kids are still paying off student loan or some other debt which they have. If they have incurred expenses to for their education, it's important that that get repaid before they start investing. Well, that's what they say. What is important is to say start doing both. Let's say you're paying 6,000 rupees per month as an installment for your loan, your educational loan, and you can always do a 1,000 rupee SIP or a 2,000 rupee SIP, because suddenly after 2-3 years when that 6,000 rupees goes to zero, you will not know what to do with that money. Whereas if you're already investing, you have to just increase the amount of money that you're investing, right? So people are better off doing both rather than just paying off the loan. But do remember, if the loan amount is too big, you may want to put all your effort and resources in repaying that rather than in trying to invest, right? It's a difficult call for people to take. Another important thing is the younger kids would have other priorities. They would want to buy a house, they would want to make a down payment to buy a car. They may be funding their siblings' wedding, they may be saving money for their own wedding. So, prioritization wise, retirement or financial freedom does not get the same amount of excitement which a new car or a new house down payment can do, especially if it's a house which has never bought a car. The car is going to be such a big thing that your parents or maybe your friends, everybody will stand around you saying, wow, great, you're the first in the group to have bought a car. That kick or that feeling is very easy for the financial advisor to ignore, but it is really serious. So another thing is my work does not offer me any provident fund, so I have more money surplus. Such people are more. It's more important that such people are caught and they start doing an SIP, in the sense that they are not putting away any money for any retirement. Whereas if they have a provident fund, it becomes very difficult to withdraw that, and that is anyway there is going to be your contribution and the employer's contribution. So provident fund is not something against which people argue, because they say, oh, ye to compulsory hai, right? So it's compulsory, so people don't argue against that. But another worry is people say, oh, I'm going to change jobs, as my salary increases I will start investing more. We all know that doesn't happen unless you make it a habit to say, I will save 8% of my income, I'll save 12% of my income, whatever is the percentage. Only then, with an increase in salary, will you start doing more. So if you can't live for 1 month on this salary, imagine how are you going to live 30-40 years on a corpus. So you have to learn how to manage money. That is also important, right? Another bad thing which has happened is SEBI has said that mutual funds should say markets, returns are subject to market risk. Now that's fantastic, because returns are subject to market risk, but the same people don't realize that the returns that they get in PPF or in NSE or any government related instruments is going to be suboptimal. It is going to be below inflation most of the time. Currently they are getting better returns than what they were getting earlier, simply because inflation is lower. And then of course the standard thing saying, oh, I will when I earn more and I'm more stable, I will be able to save more. So these excuses are something which a IFA or a MFD should be able to tackle while dealing with youngsters. But the most important thing, don't call it retirement, call it financial freedom. Thank you.